They chained him like a criminal, but his face, it was glowing, not with fear, but with joy. His name was Ignatius of Antioch, one of the first bishops of the early church, and one of the first to show the world that faith is worth dying for. He was born around the year 35 AD, a child of the first generation of Christians. It's said he once sat on the lap of the Apostle John himself. And from that love, a fire was lit in his heart, a fire that nothing could extinguish. Years passed. Rome ruled the world with iron and blood, and to confess Christ was to sign your own death warrant. But Ignatius refused to hide. He became the Bishop of Antioch, the same city where believers were first called Christians. He preached hope to the broken, forgiveness to the sinners, and courage to those who trembled before persecution. But soon the empire noticed, and when the Emperor Trajan demanded that everyone worship the Roman gods, Ignatius stood tall before him and said, "I have but one king, Jesus Christ." That sentence sealed his fate. He was arrested, bound in chains, and sentenced to die in Rome, torn apart by wild beasts. As soldiers led him through cities, he didn't cry or plead. He preached. Everywhere he went, he wrote letters, 7 in total, letters that still survive today. Letters filled with love, not anger. Peace, not fear. He told the church, "Do not stop the soldiers. Do not pray for my release. I am God's wheat, and I will be ground by the teeth of lions to become the pure bread of Christ." When he finally arrived in Rome, the arena was already roaring. Crowds cheered for blood, but Ignatius looked up, smiled, and whispered, "Now I begin to be a disciple." Moments later, the gates opened, and the lions rushed toward him. The people saw only death. He saw a doorway to heaven, and in that brutal silence after the beasts had fed, Christ's name echoed through the arena. Centuries have passed, but his courage still speaks, that even when the world roars against you, faith can roar louder. So if you believe that love is stronger than fear, and heaven is worth the cost, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because these aren't just stories. They're reminders that holiness still burns.